CHIKARA! CHIKARA!
At CHIKARA, we believe there's more to pro wrestling than what you might see on cable TV every week. We're out there trying to challenge the status quo, trying to create something new, a fresh interpretation of the pro wrestling genre.
CHIKARA has reinvented professional wrestling.
Everything you love about wrestling, or pop culture, or comic books.
In one place, it makes you want to be a fan and be involved in what's happening in the ring, the whole atmosphere. It's just fun.
It brings together a lot of styles that you don't see a lot of. You don't see a lot of mastery of the lucha style, of the Japanese style in the United States. And in CHIKARA, you see the best of all those worlds in one place.
You get the colorful characters, you get great wrestling action, you get tremendous stories, you get the passion, you get the emotion. That's what CHIKARA is all about.
Real simple. The best that professional wrestling has to offer.
I think for Eddie Kingston to beat Mike Quackenbush, he has to do what Eddie Kingston does best. And that is street fighting, brawling, throws, punches, kicks. Not wrestling, per se, but fighting. I think Eddie Kingston needs to beat Mike Quackenbush in a fight.
I think he really just needs to focus. He's a very emotional dude. So if he just harnesses all his energy and emotion and everything and brings that to the table in the ring, there's just no stopping him.
I'm a professional wrestler. Eddie Kingston is a thug. He's a fighter. He just swings for the fences, and if he hits, it hurts. So that's Eddie Kingston's style, and it's not very nice. It can be very fun to watch because you can just hit him and hit him and hit him, and he just takes it. Like, he has no finesse to it. He's a brawler, and I guess that's what some people call the appeal of Eddie Kingston.
He's just a beast. Like there's no describing him. He's just an animal, and man, he just has a lot of ability, but he can choose when to use it or not, because really he'll just beat you up and take, like, he's the bully at school that will just beat you up and take your lunch money, and that's Eddie Kingston's style, and it served him well.
I gotta go in there with no fear, whether my knee's banged up or not, whether the tear's gonna open up more, whether he's gonna put me in a crazy submission that I know I can't get out of. I just have to fight and show the world on the internet pay-per-view why I'm the last of a dying breed, and I am a fighter, and I was built for professional wrestling, and I was built for war.
Eddie Kingston needs to think on his feet when he gets in the ring with Mike Quackenbush. They call him the Ring Wizard, the Master of 1,000 Holds. Eddie Kingston, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into.
Quackenbush has to use his intelligence to beat Eddie Kingston, which is, I think, the key to beating Eddie Kingston, because Eddie Kingston is very stubborn, and he's just straightforward.
Keep Eddie Kingston on his back, slap on a hold, and end it quickly.
It's kind of like Superman against Doomsday. Like, Doomsday just walking forward and hitting people, which is Eddie Kingston. And Mike Quackenbush has to use his speed and use his intelligence to take Eddie Kingston out. And I think that's the key to beating Eddie Kingston, as I've proved many times with my superior intelligence.
Mike Quackenbush is one of the true high flyers still left wrestling today. Like, he's just incredible, and the amount of holds and submissions and techniques he knows is just amazing.
When I get in the ring with Eddie Kingston on November 13th, I'm going to beat him for the Grand Championship of CHIKARA, and I'm going to go about it in exactly this way. Kingston's got a bad knee. He's had a bad knee for a while. It was made worse by Vin Gerard on October 29th. The tests aren't even back yet. They don't even know the extent of the damage done to his leg, other than his doctors have told him it is not in his best interest to go into this title match. But I know Eddie Kingston. He's a fighter. He was a street brawler. He tried his hand at boxing. All these other things he tried before he came to me in 2002 at CHIKARA Wrestle Factory. He never backs down from a fight. But he's walking into this fight with a giant bullseye on his knee. And unfortunately for Eddie, he's stepping in the ring with the Master of 1,000 Holds. I know more submissions, more way to tweak a joint, to twist, to turn, to pop something, to exploit a pressure point, to break something than any other wrestler on the planet. And that's what Eddie's going to have to contend with if he's going to try and walk out of high noon, the Grand Champion of CHIKARA.
Eddie Kingston, I faced him in the ring. He's one very tough customer. He's brutal. He's vicious. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants. Mike Quackenbush needs to pull out all the stops.
I've wrestled by Quackenbush all over the world in all kinds of different rings, in front of different audiences, And Mike Quackenbush always brings his A game. There's never, even if he hasn't slept for 3 days in a row, he comes to the ring and he has his A game on. He is a master technician. He has brains to spare. So he always has a game plan. He always has a hold. He always has a counter hold. And he's lightning, as his nickname says. So you know, he's a very skilled competitor.
His career has been so long, and he's gotten to wrestle so many great guys, and he just picks up styles and learns different techniques, and he's always open, and like he just keeps those techniques like right in the forefront of his brain. Like when you're wrestling him, it just takes him no time to bust something out that you've never seen before or been put in before, and you just have no idea where it came from, but he has it and he knows it, and that's his style.
We believe that as long as you treat your audience with respect, you never insult their intelligence, and you never have a laugh at their expense. When you make sure the audience is always laughing with you and never at you, you can create a new atmosphere that's never really existed before in professional wrestling. And we believe that we're going to deliver it to the world on November 13th at high noon.
It's the season finale. That's the biggest show of season 10. That's the show you have to see. That's the show you must watch. It's the show you should get your friends together and have a CHIKARA iPPV party. That's the, just, if you need to see one show of season 10, that's going to be the show.
It's different from every other promotion in the United States of America.
What I love best about CHIKARA is the fact that it's a family, and I can walk in there and all of them are my brothers.
I hope that everyone just gives CHIKARA a chance, because once they see it, like, it's just impossible not to be hooked and not want to come back for more. So I just hope it opens people's eyes to what a wonderful gift of wrestling CHIKARA is.
And, once you're part of it, you do not want to miss it ever again.
CHIKARA is like nothing you've ever seen before, nothing you've ever experienced. Forget what you know about professional wrestling. Come see CHIKARA for yourself.